mighty armed, one whose senses are restrained from their object is certainly of steady intelligence. Purport. As enemies are curbed by superior force, similarly the senses can be curbed not by any human endeavor, but only by keeping them engaged in the service of the Lord. One who has understood this, that only by Krishna consciousness is one really established in intelligence, and thus one should practice this art under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, is called sadhaka, or a suitable candidate for liberation. The sense of Bhaktivedanta purport. So in these verses, Krishna has been speaking about Sthita Prajna, a person who is fixed up in his divine consciousness. In all these verses, Krishna has been talking about controlling senses, controlling mind, controlling intelligence, having a steady intelligence. And in this verse, 68th verse, Krishna is concluding something. What is Krishna concluding? He is saying, Tasmad yasya mahabaho nigritani cha sarvashaha. Tasmad means therefore. He is concluding something. What is he concluding? Tasmad yasya mahabaho nigritani sarvashaha indriyani indriyarthebhyas tasya prajna pratisthitaha. So Krishna is saying, therefore, O mighty armed Mahabaho, Yasya Mahabaho, he is referring Arjuna's capabilities of being able to control something great, something very strong. That's why he is known as Mahabaho, mighty armed one. So Krishna has confidence on Arjuna that yes, you Mahabaho can control the senses because it is mighty forces. Therefore, Tasmad Mahabaho, O mighty armed, one whose senses are restrained from their object is certainly of steady intelligence. So Krishna is concluding that anybody who is able to control senses can only be of steady intelligence. Steady intelligence means prajna pratisthitaha. Prajna means the intelligence and pratisthita means he is fixed up. Pratisthit. Isthitaha means he is fixed up in certain position. So, indriyani indriyarthebhyas, who is able to control senses from sense object. If we see in the previous verses, Krishna has been talking a lot about controlling the senses, especially from 64th verse onwards. Krishna said in the 65th verse also that one who is able to control senses, one who is able to control the senses can get all the mercy of the Lord. There he said, Prasade sarva dukkhanam. Who can achieve the prasada? Who can achieve the mercy of the Lord? Only a person who is able to control his senses. And then if one is able to control his senses and he is able to get mercy of the Lord, then that person only can be established in divine consciousness. So we control the senses, we get the mercy of the Lord, and then only we can be established in divine consciousness. And the same verse Krishna says in the 65th verse that one who is established in divine consciousness can easily overcome all the miseries of life. Any difficulties, any challenges, any pain, any frustration, any kind of pain, threefold miseries we are going through in this lifetime can only be controlled, we can come out of this only we are situated in divine consciousness. And then he says, once we are out of this pain, once we are out of this difficult situation of the material existence, we can really be happy. He says, prasanna chetasaha. His chetasaha, his consciousness becomes happy consciousness. He becomes happy. And only in that happy state he can have steady intelligence. So now again Krishna is speaking about steady intelligence. Tasya prajna pratisthitaha. So who can achieve steady intelligence? Who is happy? If we are not happy, if we are suffering in this world, how can our mind be stable? If we are constantly going through a lot of challenges, a lot of pain, a lot of difficulties, if we are not happy in the mind, our intelligence cannot be fixed in anything. So to be able to have the fixed intelligence, happy state is important. Being happy is important. And how do we become happy? By achieving the divine consciousness. And how do we achieve divine consciousness? By getting the mercy of the Lord. And how do we achieve mercy of the Lord? By controlling the senses. Okay, if we control the senses, this is what happens. We become steady in our intelligence, we become happy, we come out of the pain, we achieve divine consciousness. So, but what happens if we are not able to control the senses? Then Krishna says, let reverse this process. If we are able to control senses, we get mercy of the Lord. But if we are not able to control the senses, then we don't get mercy of the Lord. Right? So if we don't get mercy of the Lord, then what happens? There is no divine consciousness. And if there is no divine consciousness, how can we have steady intelligence? How we can have sthita prajna? We cannot have that. And Krishna says in the 66th verse, a one who is not transcendental consciousness can have neither a controlled mind nor a steady intelligence, without which there is no possibility of peace. So Krishna is saying that we will not be able to have peace in our life if we don't have steady intelligence. So, and Krishna is saying further, and how can there be any happiness without peace? So, peace becomes a fundamental situation, fundamental way by which we can develop our happiness. If we don't have peace within, we cannot develop happiness. And Krishna is saying we cannot become peaceful unless we develop steady intelligence. You see how these two things are connected to each other. Controlling the senses, steady intelligence, which is connected to the peace and happiness. So ultimately, our thinking which says that by letting loose our senses, by doing whatever we want, we can achieve happiness, we can achieve peace. But Krishna is reversing this idea here. Krishna is saying that only by practicing the regulated principles of freedom can we achieve the peace. So the whole point boils down to how are we able to control the senses. So how are we able to control the senses? So Krishna speaks more in the verses of Bhagavad Gita. He says, it is only by determination we can control the senses. So only if we have determination can we be able to control senses. So what is this determination? Determination means nischaya, means sankalpa. So if we have that sankalpa within us, if we are able to have that fixed idea that yes, I have to achieve it, then only we can develop determination. Unless we have that determination, there is no point of, we cannot really control the senses. So now Srila Prabhupada narrates a very beautiful story that how a sparrow could return the egg, could get the egg back from the ocean. So before we go into the story, we think that it is only by my effort can I achieve success. If I am very determined, then I can control the senses. But in spirituality, people think, no, it's not my determination, it is the Lord's mercy, we have to depend on the Lord, then only I can achieve the mercy. I can be able to control my senses. So when we come to spiritual life, we think that determination which is required to achieve something will not be required here. It is all automatically, it will keep flowing to me. So we always dwells into these two extremities. One extremity, completely materialistic, only because of me I can achieve success. Second thing is, only because of Krishna's mercy, only by the mercy flows to me can I achieve success. And I don't have to really put my effort, I don't have to be determined for the process. If you see, both the extremities are dangerous for us as a sadhaka. We have to integrate these two extremities. So the integration of these two extremities is beautifully exemplified in the story of sparrow. So as you all know, that there was a sparrow who had laid the egg near the ocean. So once a huge wave of ocean comes and takes away all those eggs of sparrow. And then the sparrow becomes very morose, like a mother who has lost the egg. If a mother loses the children, how much pain the mother would be in, how much difficulty the mother would feel. Same emotions, we think that animal does not have emotions. Animal does not have the feelings. But same feeling as we would go through when we lose our children as a mother, same pain the sparrow was feeling when the sparrow lost her eggs. In same pain, same trauma, same difficulty, now sparrow wants her eggs back. And she's challenging the ocean. If you don't return back my egg, I'm going to empty you. So can you ever imagine that a sparrow, small sparrow, can ever empty the ocean? But in that mood of that pain of losing the egg, she committed that. That determination came. And then slowly, what she did is, she started picking one drop of the ocean, of the water, in her beak, and start trying to empty the ocean. So she tried for long, like for hours together, but for ocean even doesn't matter, like infinity minus delta. You have infinite ocean, you remove small delta, it's not going to really impact the ocean, infinity. So that was the effort of sparrow. But seeing the determination of sparrow, Garuda comes there. And now Garuda says, I am very happy, very pleased with your effort, and now I am going to help you in getting your eggs back. So now the Garuda threatens the ocean, and if somebody really powerful person threatens, then we really, okay, yes, I have to do something now. If a small person threatens, really there is no value because there is no power with that person. So this Garuda threatens the ocean, if you don't return the ocean eggs back, I am going to empty you. So then out of fear of Garuda, ocean returns back the egg of sparrow. So in this story we can understand something very beautiful principles coming out of it. So now the result was for a sparrow to get the eggs back. Now sparrow can think, oh, such a great bird I am. Because of my effort, because of my determination, because of my challenge, the ocean returned the egg back. Is it true? Can the sparrow become proud of being able to get the eggs back? No. Unless we see the bigger picture, that how Garuda helped sparrow, there was a divine intervention which helped the sparrow back. But do you also think that sparrow would have ever be able to attract Garuda's attention if she was not determined? No. So it is not only determination of the sparrow which worked, but the determination attracted the mercy of the Lord. Similarly, if we have to control the senses, then we need both the things. We need determination, we need Sankalpa Shakti, at the same time we need the mercy of the Lord. And this, let's imagine if Krishna has to come in front of you. Let's say we are all dreaming now. Let's say all of you close your eyes. And now Krishna has to come in front of you. And now we are expressing our challenges to Krishna. Krishna, I am feeling these challenges, this difficulty, this pain, this, so many, we are just pouring out to Krishna all our pain, all our feelings. So now what would Krishna say to you? What would Krishna recommend? Okay, what you should do? After telling all our challenges, all our pain, all our difficulty to Krishna's lotus feet, what would Krishna say? So here is what Krishna is saying. Krishna says, Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridavataha. Here Krishna is using one very important word. So if Krishna will come to you and if you express all your heart to him, what he will say is, always chant my glories, Satatam kirtayanto. Always chant my name, always chant my glories, always chant about me. How? Yatantascha dridhavrataha. Yatantas. Put effort. He will not say, okay, now I am going to vanish all your miseries, I am going to take you back to myself. He is not going to say that. He will say, do yatan. And do yatan how? Do yatan is endeavoring with great determination. Dridha vrataha. Take up this vrata of dridha. Become fixed, become determined. So even Krishna has to hear us out. And what would be Krishna's suggestion to us? Be determined. With determination, chant my name. So that is what Krishna is expecting from us. What is Krishna's expectation? That we should be determined in an activity which are performing to please him, to chant his name, to chant his glories. Okay, so now there is another pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam wherein if some devotee was able to follow this instruction, what happened to them? The example is of Dhruva Maharaj. So Dhruva Maharaj, as we all know, this is a beautiful story that he wanted a bigger kingdom than his father because his ego got hurt. Uttanapada, who was a father of Dhruva Maharaj, he and the Surichi, who was a younger queen of Uttanapada, she did not allow Dhruva to sit on the lap of Uttanapada. And because of that, Dhruva Maharaj's ego got hurt. And then he runs to his mother, Suniti. He says that I want to sit on the lap of my father. Why is he not allowing me? Suniti was not really very favorite queen of Tanapada. So she said, your father is not going to listen to me because he is completely under control of Surichi. So what you can do is only Vishnu can give you this kingdom bigger than your father. Okay, tell me, where do I find Vishnu? I have heard that Vishnu is found in forest. You can go to forest and find Vishnu. Small 5-year-old kid with full determination, he goes to forest. And he goes to forest, starts searching for Vishnu. So to dissuade him, Narad Muni comes. What are you doing? Small 5-year-old kid, you can just imagine a 5-year-old kid trying to wander in the forest area to find Vishnu. So Narada says, what are you doing here? You should go back to your house. Your ego got hurt. You're a small kid. That's okay. You should forgive your father. You should continue with your own thing. He says, nothing doing. Just that if you can tell me, if you can tell me the address of Vishnu, please tell me. Otherwise, let me find by myself. So seeing the determination of Dhruva Maharaj, Narada Muni says, okay, you chant this mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, and perform austerities, Vishnu will come you and meet you after 6 months. And as we know, the kind of vrata, the kind of austerities Dhruva Maharaj was performing was incomparable. He started eating only fruits first month. In the second month, he only started eating fallen fruits. The fruits which will fall by itself, that is what Dhruva Maharaj will eat. Third month, he started eating only leaves, no fruits. Fourth month, he started only drinking water, no leaves, no substance. Fifth month, he only started inhaling air. He even stopped drinking water. No water, no leaves, no nothing. Fifth month. By 6th month, he was drinking only. 5th month, he was only inhaling air. 6th month, he started even stop breathing. And because of that, he stopped breathing. The entire prana vayu of entire universe stopped because of his determination. So it was as if the entire world is going to devastate. That kind of situation Dhruva Maharaj has created. So all the demigods goes to Vishnu because whenever challenges happens, even in the heavenly planet, note that okay, in the heaven everything is going smooth, there is no disturbance, there is no problem, everything happens in heavens. What we see here, everything happens even in the heaven. So when challenges come in the heaven, in the demigods, what do? They go to Brahmaji, and Brahmaji goes to the head, Vishnu. Then they start becoming very disturbed. What is this happening in the universe? We are not able to inhale. We are not, everything is getting choked up. What is this happening? Then Vishnu says that I know why it is happening. It is happening because of the determination of Dhruva to see me. So here Krishna is saying, become determined and chant my glories. And here practically Dhruva Maharaj is exemplifying it. He is being determined, he is chanting Krishna's glory. And what did Vishnu say? I appreciate his determination. So Krishna expects determination from us, and once we are able to follow his path with determined effort, he will appreciate our activity. So expectation, he expects something from us. If we are able to fulfill that expectation, he will appreciate us. Okay. Will he only appreciate or will he do something else also? Yes, he will do something else also. So another beautiful story from Bhagavatam is of Bali Maharaj. So as we all know that another same, so the whole stories in Bhagavatam somehow connects with the heavens and demigods and demons. Something is happening, some problems are going on there. They're trying to deal with the problems. It also shows that even in the heaven there is always something is going on. So this Bali Maharaj was performing great yagna, and Indra again becomes very insecure because Indra is very insecure about his position. So whenever he sees anybody who's performing austerities, he becomes very perturbed. Oh, I have to stop this person. That is why he sends Menka, Urvashi, so many denizens, so many apsaras to different yogis. So here he couldn't do anything. He just went and complained to Vishnu that this Bali Maharaj is gonna occupy my position. Please do something. Then, okay, Krishna take the form of dwarf Brahmana, Vamandev, small Brahmana boy. And then he goes to Bali Maharaj as a Brahmana. As a Kshatriya king, he was never supposed to say no to Brahmana, whatever he says. So he received this small dwarf Brahmana and he asked, okay, my dear Brahmana, what can I offer you? He says, okay, I only want small 3 steps of land, that's all. I don't want anything else. What are you asking? I'm a king, you're a small Brahmana. You can ask anything what you want. I just want 3 steps of land, nothing more than that. And then, meanwhile, Shukracharya, who is the spiritual master of Bali Maharaj. Basically, we see Brahaspati is a master of all the demigods, and Shukracharya is the master of all the demons for a reason. So now Shukracharya, although he has taught that everything is supposed to be force worshipping Vishnu, everything is to be sacrificed for the purpose of Vishnu, for pleasing the Vishnu. But here in this case, Shukracharya says, see, this dwarf Brahmana, he's come to cheat you. He is Vishnu who is disguised in the shape of a small boy, and he is going to take everything from you. Then Bali Maharaj becomes confused. What are you talking about? And so, first place, you taught me that everything is to be for the pleasure of Vishnu. And now Vishnu himself has come on my door and you're saying not to give him? He said, no, I am going to give it. Give it to him. Then Shukracharya, being the spiritual master of Bali Maharaj, he becomes very offended. He says, you are not going to follow my instruction and going to disobey me. I am going to curse you. I am going to curse you if you give 3 steps of land to Vamandev, you will be bereft of all your opulence. So now what does Bali Maharaj do? His own guru is telling, if you do this, then you are going to be bereft of all the opulences. So what the Bali Maharaj should do? Should he stop or should he give? He gave. And there it is said that out of his sheer determination to serve Vamandev, where his own master became his enemy, still he went ahead and gave his opulence to the Lord. His 3 steps to the Lord. Similarly, when we are sacrificing something for the Lord with our determination, everything what Shukracharya represents will pull us back. And what does Shukracharya represents? All the opulence of this world, sensual activities, sensual happiness, demonic forces within us. So whenever part of me wants to serve Krishna with determination, the demonic part of me will pull me down. The demonic forces around me will pull me down. So what we should do, should we stop, okay, these forces are kind of pushing me down, let me not serve Krishna with determination. What did Bali Maharaj do? Bali Maharaj went ahead with determination, with Dridavataha, and gave 3 steps of land to Vamandev. Okay, so now in this case also Bali Maharaj was serving Krishna, serving Vamandev with determination. So yes, he was following something what Krishna is saying here. Etantascha Dridavata, he did that. And Krishna also appreciated that. Krishna not only appreciated, Krishna also reciprocated. And how did Krishna in this case reciprocated. He became the doorkeeper of Bali Maharaj. Although Indra was so envious of Bali Maharaj, wanted to usurp the kingdom of Bali Maharaj, but he said, I will myself will protect you. And he became the doorkeeper. Can you just imagine how much love the Lord has, that he is ready to become doorkeeper of his own devotee? Where would somebody find such a Lord that he is ready to become our doorkeeper? Simply if we follow his instruction. Yatantascha dridavataha. So in this case, Krishna expects something from us, and Krishna will appreciate if we do that, and Krishna also will reciprocate in our life. So now the point comes, okay, it's so nice to hear that, okay, we have to have determination to serve the Lord, yatantasya dridavataha, and Krishna is saying you should do this, but how do we really do it? There comes a question. How does it really happen? How do we really develop this determination? Because Krishna himself has said in Bhagavad Gita, Yesham tu antakata papam jananam punya karmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridha vrataha. In this verse, Krishna is saying, Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridhavataha. That you should do my kirtan with dridhavataha. And in this verse, Krishna is saying, Yesham tu antakata papam jananam punya karmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrataha. In this verse, Krishna is giving the qualification who can do my bhajana with dridhavrataha. And who can do that? Yesham tu antakata papam, whose all the sinful activities is been burnt off. Jananam punya karmanam, and he's been performing so many pious activities. So for so long he's been performing a lot of pious activities, and by which he has burnt all his papa karma. Only that kind of personality can serve me with determination. Otherwise, finding somebody who is able to serve Krishna with determination is not easy. And again, beautiful example, what is given in Srimad Bhagavatam, that how we can develop this determination is the case of Ajamila. If you see Ajamila again, beautiful pastime. I would not go into the detail, but he was a great Brahmana initially. He got attracted by one prostitute, and slowly he fell down from his grace, and he married that prostitute, and he started performing all the sinful activities of murdering somebody, killing, because he had to maintain that prostitute. Eventually he became a very downtrodden person, and he became so downtrodden that at the time of his death, Yamadutas came to take him. And just because of his devotional activities, he had good intelligence of keeping his last name as Narayana, last son name as Narayana. And before he was leaving his body, he chanted the name Narayana, Narayana. He really didn't want to chant the name of Krishna, but he chanted the name of his own son. But holy name is so powerful, although we chant knowingly, unknowingly, we chant the name of our son, daughter, but that feeling is important, because he was chanting the name with feelings, with the heart. That was important. And that is what Krishna accepted. At that very moment, Vishnuduta came. And there was a discussion happening between Yamaduta and Vishnuduta. And Vishnuduta were able to convince Yamaduta that he comes under our jurisdiction, not your jurisdiction. So in this case, Srila Prabhupada says that because of the presence of Ajamila, of the Vishnuduta, Ajamila could become purified because of his association, because of their association. Because of presence of Vishnuduta, because of that association, Ajamila could purify himself. That purification came by association of pure devotee. And because of that determination, he started detaching himself. So again, the concept of detachment, we think that it's so difficult to detach ourselves. And Krishna says that this world can be compared to a big banyan tree in the 13th chapter, I think 10th chapter somewhere. So Krishna compared this world to be the banyan tree, and Krishna says you can cut this tree, which is very complicatedly meshed with each other, with the twigs and roots and everything, only by the weapon of detachment. So if we don't have the weapon of detachment, we cannot cut this tree of material world. So this detachment, Ajamila was able to cut the attachment with this world with the help of detachment, weapon of detachment, by developing determination. And how could he develop determination? By having the association of Vishnudutas. You see how things are connected, that unless we have the small X amount of determination, and with this X amount of determination we start serving Krishna, we start having association of the Lord by chanting his name, by serving him in different ways, then we will be able to have more determination. So it's not that, okay, today I've decided I'll jump from 0 to 100. It is never a 0-1 logic. And that is why we feel most of the time, we think that either I will have the pure devotees kind of determination, or second, I can't just even chant my rounds. So we always toggle into these two extremities. Either we are completely determined to do certain things, either we are completely off. But Krishna's teaching in the second chapter is always about equilibrium. You have to maintain equilibrium. There's a shades of colors, no 0-1. There's no black and white. And we also feel that way. If I am not determined to perfectly chant or perfectly do my service, I should not do that at all. I don't deserve this. We can have that kind of hopelessness. So what is Krishna saying here? You have to maintain, you have to balance. Because if we have 0.1 amount of determination, you invest that. And once we invest that 0.1 amount of determination, we get 0.1. We get additionally 0.2. Slowly become 0.3. Slowly become 0.4. Slowly start developing complete determination. So our determination is very important. At the same time, we can't expect to completely become determined in one go. Again, it's a process. So we have to keep understanding what my current reality is and what do I want. And with this current reality and what is my ideal state, if we should feel inspired, not demotivated. I can think, okay, the highest thing is performing with Bhajanti Mam Dadavataha, and now here I am, not even able to chant my rounds. So I can't really do it. So the gap is too huge between your ideal and your current reality. But acceptance of reality and understanding that is where I am, and Krishna is also not expecting, okay, overnight you will do it. If Krishna is not expecting us to overnight change our determination or completely become determined, so it's very not really this thing to expect this thing from us. It's very unfair on our part to expect something from ourselves which even Krishna is not expecting. That is why he has given us sadhana. That is why he has sent his spiritual master. So slowly we start culturing and cultivating that. So that is very important point, that we start developing determination and the right mindset. Otherwise, we may really be hopeless and we may lose the process of Krishna consciousness. So that is what we can understand, that by developing this determination for the Lord, for serving the Lord, which he also helps developing it. So what was our initial problem statement? That either it is only because of determination or it is only because of the mercy of the Lord. So what is the answer? It is a combination of both of them. By having X amount of determination, we attract mercy of the Lord, which we develop 2x determination. That's how it continues. And even if Krishna has to come in front of you, Krishna will suggest you same thing. Because that is what the instructions of Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. And he will say, okay, start chanting one round, be determined, go to the second round, go to 3 round, go to 4 round, go to 16 round, increase the quality and slowly start developing it. So how do we practice it in our day-to-day life? We can practice simply by in the process of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So when we chant, we have to have both the things, determination to chant, at the same time praying to the Lord. When we pray to the Lord that please bless me so that I can become determined and chant your holy name, simply because of our determination, we can chant, it's difficult. But Krishna will show us mercy and he will allow us to chant Hare Krishna Mantra properly if we show that initial determination to the Lord. So that is how we can practice in our day-to-day life. If you are chanting 1 round, you can pray, okay, let me chant 2 rounds and try putting some effort. Okay, let me chant 2 rounds now. Let me chant 3 rounds and pray and chant, and then you will move forward. So there's a whole process. So with this we can conclude. If anybody have any doubts, any questions, maybe we can discuss. Yeah. Any question?
Yoga Maharaj could accept that month, when you stop reading. Is he already blessed with that power to be able to cause that sort of impact?
Yeah, so your question is that in 6 months he could become so perfect that he could even force Vishnu to come in front of him. Or
Really, like you had mentioned, because he stopped breathing, it started to nature, right? I didn't know he had that kind of power.
so that is the anatomy of this universe. That is how this universe is being designed, that if you perform tapasya, then you can become more and more powerful in the universe. And more powerful you become in the universe, more you can control things. Ultimately, if you see, the universe is made up of 5 things: earth, water, fire, air, ether. And universe also have pranavayu. And with this same pranavayu, we are all connected to each other. If one person disturbs that pranavayu, that flow of pranavayu in the universe, the entire universe gets disturbed. For an example, if I block this finger, it is not only finger will get hurt, my whole body will pain. My whole body will get disrupted. That natural flow will get disturbed. Similarly, me being the part of this universe, if there is pain in me, universe will be in an equilibrium. That is why if law of karma exists in the same principle. If you hurt somebody, that person is in pain. And universe wants to maintain the equilibrium. So where that pain go? It has to go somewhere. So by the law of nature, it comes back to same person who caused that pain. So that the universe can be in equilibrium. So coming back to your question, that by performing sadhana, by performing tapasya, he could gain that much of power that he could disturb the whole universe. And that is why Vishnu came to appease him, to calm him down. Okay, ठीक है, हो गया अभी, don't worry, I'll give whatever you want. You don't have to really go beyond that. Even if you see the example of Hiranyakashipu, he performed so much of determination with so much of tapasya that he practically disappeared. And Brahmaji says, my dear Hiranyakashipu, I really appreciate your determination. Nobody can perform such a tapasya. Although he was a demon, but still he was able to disturb people. So tapasya has that power, that how do we use it? If we use it properly, the power which comes out of tapasya, we transcend. If we misuse it, we downgrade. It's a universal principle. Anyone else have any other doubts? Yeah.
You spoke about determination. How do we always constantly be in that determination? At sadhana, we are in determination. We are determined to do good sadhana or what things like this. Then after a few days, because of mental disturbance or physical disturbance or any other disturbance, it again gets lost. So we again have to set forth ourselves from the beginning that okay, now again I have. So it becomes kind of difficult. How to be always in that austerity?
Yeah. So your point is that although we want to maintain determination, but because of so many disturbances around us, Adhyatmika, Adhibhotika, Adhivakalesha, we keep getting disturbed. So how do we really come to this stability? How do we really have that fixed determination always? So the answer is, it's not really possible to have that fixed determination, at least at our point of time. And Krishna is also not looking for that. If you see, this determination never get lost, first of all, because Krishna himself says that Neha Bikarmo Nashasti Pratyavad, this process remains fixed up, that you never lose anything in this process of devotional service. So the determination momentum which you have developed will not be lost. It may get freezed. And to bring that again freezed momentum freeze determination into the momentum, it may take time. Like a freeze thing will take time again to continue. So like a car is been holding for so many days, it's not starting. It's not that car is been disabled to perform its function of driving. No. car can still run, but because of that freezingness, it will take more push. As soon as you give more push, it will start driving back again. That is one thing. Second thing is, what Krishna is really looking for is the profile of usage of your free will. So Krishna is also not looking, and Krishna is also not expecting, okay, this person will always have that determination. Because Krishna knows how much impure I am. Krishna knows how much difficulty is for me to perform austerity and to perform spiritual life. Krishna is aware of all those difficulties and challenges. Even though we may think, who is seeing me, I'm performing a lot of austerity, my mind is going crazy, I'm in a lot of pain, I'm struggling so much. Who is watching me in this dark room of this thing? Paramatma is watching. Paramatma is noticing each and every struggle we are going through in our devotion life. So at that point of time, we may not be at our optimum capacity to perform austerities or to perform our sadhana, but still, Krishna can give you more benefit than what you would do in good sadhana. Because at that point of time, you really have to push yourself. You have to really use your free will. So ultimately, if you see why we fell from this material, why we fell to this material world, because of misusage of free will. So again, if we have to go back to Krishna, we have to correct the usage of our free will. So we may be determined, but we may still not want to use free will to go to the next level. It becomes stagnant. So Krishna will create all this situation around us so that we are pulled down, and in that pull down situation, Krishna will force us to use the next level of free will. And while you are going back to Godhead, Krishna will see the profile. Krishna will not see, okay, how many devotees you made. Krishna will not see how many chanting you did. Krishna will not see any of these things. To be able to go back to Krishna, Krishna will only see how much did you use your free will to come back to me. Krishna will not say, okay, you were brahmachari for your whole of lifetime. Okay, come. You will not say, okay, you were grasta, you cannot come. He will not say, okay, you have been chanting so badly, you will not come. Krishna will only see how much you have used your free will for me. So that is how we should have that confidence. Although at one point of time, I may not be able to do my sadhana with full determination, but still, if I continue using my free will and continue pushing my free will to next level, that is what Krishna is really looking for. Hope I am able to check. Anybody else have any other doubts? So we'll conclude here and we'll just have 4 minutes. So we'll chant for 4 minutes Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The process is same. Let us use this principle of determination, that how by determining to chant and hear the name, we will attract Krishna's mercy. So we can all pray to the Lord that please beg me with this determination. Please allow me to be determined to chant and to fix my